So, Jimmy, a late James Bailey strike means it's finished 2-2 here against Guisborough. Feeling relieved?
Um, yeah. There's a sense of relief. I think in the end, obviously, I thought we controlled a lot of the game. We were good first half. Had a really good chance to make it 2-0. First goal's brilliant, great link-up play. Little one round the corner on the edge of the box. Duds comes onto it, gets half a yard and finishes it brilliantly. And we know he's got that in his locker all day. I think disappointing to concede a goal like we did. We talked all day about clearances and quality of clearances, and then we just set him up on edge at box. To be fair, he's still got a lot to do with it, and he whips it in top corner. It's a good finish. And then we kept probing first half, and I just thought if we kept playing like that second half, we'd be fine. I thought we started really well. We were moving ball well, and then we made a mistake. We've tried to head ball back to keeper, not got enough on it. They've got back in behind and scuffed it beyond cheats into corner. And then all of a sudden from them, I thought we got quite raggy and we tried forcing things and we didn't look like scoring, to be fair. I thought they sat in and, they were saying things like, don't go and press the fullback, let him have it, cut the pass off. So they were just camped in, but they were making it very difficult for us, and fair play to them. But I think in football, it's one of those where you've just got to keep going till the end and keep asking questions. And it doesn't matter if you've had a sloppy half, and Russ has come on and, he'll admit himself, he's put a couple of wayward passes in, but it's not easy coming off the bench. And then all of a sudden he decides to have a little run, and that's where he's best at. He opens his legs out, he carries him, and the lad just pulled him down, didn't he? So I think, on the whole, I think a draw's a fair result. I do. I think they're a good side. We've played them twice now. We've won one, drawn one, and we'll have to go again Wednesday night. I think it's Wednesday. But two well-matched teams. They're a good workmanlike side. They move the ball well. They've got some good players in key areas, and yeah. So I think, although we were poor back end at second half, you just got to keep knocking the door down and eventually put the ball in the back of the net to get an equaliser. And now we have a trip over there midweek.
Yeah, today's draw follows a 1-0 win over the same opposition on Tuesday night. How do you think the two games differed?
Well, I think it differed because they played a different shape today. They played 3-5-2 on Tuesday, and they played 4-3-3 today. So I think they were more front-footed, definitely on Tuesday night. Whereas today, I thought we came out of the blocks quite well. We've scored a great goal. Sort of made an error for their first goal, but it's a good finish, to be fair to the lad. As soon as it left his boot, I thought it was going somewhere near. It's gone right in top corner. So, but they're the small margins that can make a difference in this against teams like this, and obviously, he's punished us. So yeah, but I think fair play to the lads. They've got character. They kept battling on to end, having to make a sub quite early on due to injury. Upset the rhythm a little bit, but Brandon was industrious when he came on. We had to show it's just tweaking the formation, and lads having to then drop into different slots with Caups going off. So yeah, when you lose your captain early on, that doesn't help. But I thought they responded really well, and yeah, look, we're nowhere near at our best today. We know that, but there's good signs. We're getting there slowly. Starting to move the ball and play a bit more like we would like, and also getting used to the league as well, and the physicality of it. So yeah, I'm pleased with the draw. We were going away to Crook on Wednesday anyway, so we go away to Guisborough now in a replay at FA Cup, and hopefully we can go there and put a good account of ourselves and try and get into the next round.
Yeah, and you mentioned there about Caups coming off in the first half. What's the early assessment?
We'll have to have a look at it when it settles down in 2 or 3 days. His leg was planted and lad's coming on side of him, and he's maybe just opened his knee up a little bit. Hope it's nothing too serious, obviously. But at this stage, we won't really know. He's been icing it all game. So, yeah, I think obviously it's disappointing, but, we harp on about the squad, and there was other lads who were struggling a little bit out there today, and they battled on. So it's blood and thunder, in it at this stage of the season. Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday. There's not much time to turn around, and we're going to use all the lads. And I think obviously every one of them will get a chance. And I think we're playing well in patches and trying to be harder to beat when we're not on top in games. And I think we've done that on the whole. Today one's a worldy strike and the second one's an error. Other than that, yeah, I think we've reacted quite well to the opening day defeat.
And Stephen Yorson and Elliot Wilson are two other players who have picked up injuries early on this season. How far are they away?
Hard to know, really. Elliot will be looked at this week. We'll look at him probably on Wednesday, actually. I'll speak to him earlier on in the week. Steve's going to see a physio on Tuesday, so we won't know more about him until then. So, yeah, just players that, we want back ASAP, but we don't want to throw them in when they're not right and risk being out for longer and making their injury worse. The same with Jim Craig today. We've given him 15 minutes off the bench. And I thought he did really well when he come on. He does what he normally does. He gets hold of the ball. He always wants it. He carries it well. Wriggles out of tight situations. Really good footballer. But we just don't, as much as we'd like to chuck him on earlier or even start him, it's one of those where you're sort of holding him back a little bit because we don't want a reoccurrence of what he's just had. So it's about building him up, and it'll be the same with them lads. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's part and parcel of football, and we'll just have to deal with it.
And sticking with the squad, in Tuesday night's programme notes, you talked about the fact you were actively looking to recruit. Is that still ongoing?
Yeah, still ongoing. Talking to players as we speak, really. But I don't think we can do anything for Wednesday anyway. I think they've got to be registered for the original tie. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, yeah, it's just an ongoing process where, the teams from the higher leagues, they haven't started playing yet, so managers haven't had to show their hands with certain individuals and things like that. And once that happens, then sometimes you might be able to pick one or two up that thought they were going to play and maybe might not. But, we're always, it doesn't matter if a player who we think is going to make us better becomes available, then we'll always try and do our best within the budget to try and improve the squad. And like I say, we're actively speaking to. I spoke to a player this morning, but it's not always as easy as just right. Do you fancy coming and get him in? There'll be other clubs in the mix, and we've got to sell the product that we've got on offer here. We get good crowds on. We're playing good football, so in my opinion, lads should want to come and play for us. But that's I'm going to say that, aren't I? So yeah, always looking to strengthen, but we're pleased with what we've got as well at the moment.
And on to Guisborough on Wednesday, where we'll face them for a third time in a week. Are you expecting another evenly matched game?
Yeah, tough game. We've had two here, one at their spot. I just said to one of their lads, Tunnel will be on first name terms come next Wednesday. So yeah, look, it is what it is. It's 3 games in a week, but we'll get ready between now and then. Lads will get plenty of rest in. We'll get rested up. We'll do an head count on Monday, get ready to go, and hopefully go and give a good account of ourselves over there. And like I said before, try and get in next round.
Brilliant. Thank you, Jimmy.
Cheers, Dan. Thank you.